Lee, nice find. Oh my goodness! Wow! Gary Payton II with a thunderous throwdown.
Young fella getting it done.
How do you feel about your power forward throwing lobs to your point guard? A pleasant surprise early on this season has helped the Warriors' absolute dominance on both ends of the floor. As of this writing, the Warriors have a 9-1 record, the best in the league, with the next best team in the West, the Jazz, having already lost 3 games. It is no surprise then that the Warriors have a defensive rating of only 97, blowing away the rest of the league, with the Denver Nuggets a distant second in the triple digits. Earlier in the year, I repeatedly said that there is no team that has a better combined offense and defense than the Warriors. With a team plus-minus spread of plus 13 points, the Warriors are leading the league in this statistic. The second best team in this category, the Miami Heat, currently have a plus 11.7 plus-minus. For those of you who don't know, the plus-minus is the point spread between points the team makes per game on offense and points scored against them for the defensive rating. The higher this spread, the better that team. That is, unless your defensive rating has a higher number than your offensive rating. That could be a problem. Now, I won't mention any names as to what teams are doing this wrong for fear that LeBron and Westbrook might take offense. Get defensive. I'm not getting out of this one. But the Lakers are not even the worst defenders. The team that beat them twice so far this year, the OKC Thunder, have only managed to avoid being the worst, except for the fact that the Detroit Pistons exist. With a plus-minus rating of minus 11.9, Detroit clearly forgot that tanking season is over. Earlier in the year, I made a few videos about who might be the Warriors' X-Factor, and I covered all the players on the roster along with their potential of being just that for Golden State. And while we covered some pretty interesting players and what they do for the team, we were not expecting this. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Hit that like button for the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you haven't already, get primed for a dose of Swish Culture's Gary Payton Swiss Army knife breakdown. After going undrafted in 2016, Payton spent the next 4+ years trying to prove that he belongs in the NBA. Unfortunately, with his abilities as a defender highlighted, his offensive ability took a backseat, and the teams he signed with always prioritized other players driving the offense. Payton bounced around the G League, playing for a number of different teams, even signing a 2-way contract, at the end of which he dropped a career-high 25 points and 12 rebounds before this poverty the Lakers dropped Payton, only for him to go back to the G League and continuing to forge a path to the NBA. I suppose this makes sense, considering the Lakers' talent scouts are the best in the league. So good, in fact, that they were able to acquire no less than 5 future Hall of Famers at the same time to pair with LeBron James. Not even the Warriors could get their hands on this handful of post-prime garbage time ring chasers. My take is that the Lakers will shock everyone this season with a performance that no one would have guessed. Payton, on the other hand, after having been discarded, somehow landed on the better side of town, hitched a ride to Golden State, and badly booted Bradley back to the Lakers before stuffing the lowest ranking team in the entire state of California right back into the depths of failure, taking Snoop Dogg's and ESPN's relevance with it. So, how is Gary Payton II this good and no team picked him up? Well, you see, he's never played on a team with Steph Curry before. And while that is true, Payton has no reputation and no reason for players to fear him. There is no scouting report that has him factored in, so that is one advantage. The other is that the Warriors allow Payton to play his game while seamlessly fitting in with the rest of the team and fulfilling a gaping hole as a pesky and athletic defensive specialist who can guard anyone.
The defender is Gary in practice.
Gary can't guard me. Gary can't guard me. Gary can't guard me.
Even Jordan Poole.
But I'm not done yet!
Gary Payton doesn't just guard any player 1 through 3. He confidently feels he can guard 1 through 5. While we've seen tough and pesky guard defenders like Patrick Beverley and had our choice of picks that included Avery Bradley, there's something to be said about Payton beyond what you get with those other guys. Payton is averaging just over 1 steal for every 10 minutes he's on the floor, not counting the many deflections that more often than not result in steals. While picking up opponents full court is becoming more commonplace, Payton gives fits to offensive players with a quick left hand that appear to defy the laws of physics to reach, poke, and recover to the ball before the offensive player even realizes what just happened. It doesn't just stop there, as Payton has been contributing on the offensive end as well. These forced turnovers, often initiated by Payton, typically end up with the Warriors converting on the other end. As a result, the Warriors are now the runaway leaders in fast break points per game with 18.2, and the closest team, the Spurs, a distant second with 15.7. Payton is currently averaging 55.6% from 3 on 1 attempt per game, which is all the Warriors need from Payton. That is, when you get open threes, knock down those opportunities to continue spacing the floor. He is also averaging a whopping 70% overall from the field, and while most of these come from dunks, he's just damn good at finishing at the basket. Are you ready for the crazy part? None of what I've said up to this point is what's most fascinating about Gary Payton II. That's coming in just a second. But let me sum up what I've said thus far to make sure you're staying with me. He helped elevate the Warriors to the best defensive team in the league, as well as the best plus-minus spread of any team. Can guard 1 through 5, help propel the team to the #1 spot in fast break points, hits over 55% of his threes, hits 70% of his field goals, and the most ecstatic and emphatic dunks. And he's even able to guard Jordan Poole. On top of that, Gary Payton is a point guard. I mean, this man is everywhere on the court. Literally. As much as we might hate to consider this, he's the absolute perfect match to play alongside a player like Steph Curry or Jordan Poole. Did I mention that Payton was all over the floor? Against the Rockets, he made offensive players so miserable. The offense became hopeless, then helpless, which subsequently left the players hapless. When he wasn't making opponents' lives a living hell with tight defense and getting steals, Young Glove became a rim's worst nightmare.
Space. Got it to Payton.
His athleticism is off the charts, and I firmly believe Payton has to limit himself from literally jumping through the roof at Chase Center. So where is Gary Payton's weakness? Sometimes he might tend to get into some foul trouble because of his tenacious defense, but with 1 foul committed per game and an average playing time of 10 minutes per, it's safe to say that this is not much of an issue for what he offers otherwise. Last year, the Warriors were a top 5 defensive team, and with the addition of Payton into the rotation alongside a slew of strong defenders, which includes Kevon Looney, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, and Steph Curry, and improving defenders, which include Jordan Poole, among others off the bench, it has become increasingly difficult for opponents to score. This is the Gary Young Glove Payton effect. Who knew the Warriors would end up stealing a player of this caliber who was hidden in plain sight? Let me know your thoughts on GP2 in the comments below. Also, can Gary guard Jordan Poole? Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap that notification bell to stay updated on all my latest Dub Nation videos. Till next time.
Word, I'm a player, the real slayer. I don't give a prayer, man. A naysayer. I block so hard, sweetie gets served. Call me Lonzo Ball, bitches get swerved.
Usually I don't get down with these girls, but tonight it's so much.